Hello everyone. I'm super excited for the lesson today. Okay, let's recap that we did learn about last lesson about to be successful, to be work-life balance, and to be make you feel work and enjoy joyful and kind of like create wealthy environment for your team, or you work by yourself, work less, earn more. We have three things to discuss about. The number one, that when you're running the business, if you know about it will help you so much. So to be successful and run scale and successful in your business, that three things we need to know. That number one, that master your skill. That number two, that master your marketing. And number three, that master your communication and consultation. It is so important. So if you master three that skill, then you will see that your business is grow and clients just line up to you and waiting for you to have an appointment, to make an appointment with you. And the best part of this, when you master your skill, you got the marketing skill and you got the communication, you will stand out in this trade. You will very different with everyone, and client can feel it. And with that say, you can work on your passion and you really enjoy, and your skill, it just truly impact your client life. So that's why I say it is so important that for you, and I'm so excited to share with you in this lesson. Okay, this section we are going to talking about master your skill, and in particular, okay, let me say that in the skill, what in Global Hair Academy, I am sharing about 4-5 key that I could say luxury premium services. But in particular, in this section, we are only talk about balayage color correction, right? But in Global Hair Academy, we have balayage dark gold to blonde in one section, color correction in one section, and then the next is keratin straight. The next thing, it will be healthy hair, and the next treatment for healthy hair, and the next thing that we are talking about wet hair extension. So that five things that to me, that is kind of like the premium services and then most client need. And that's what I say is, I could say like the hair transformation, which means give the client the service, it lasts in the long term. It's not just about 6 weeks, it will be 6 months, at least 3 6 months to a year. So that is the transformation you give, that to give client that the transformation, they feel more happy and confident with their look. All right, so okay, in this lesson we are only talk about mastering your balayage and color correction without brushing. All right, without brushing, because you might not know that how important, and you might not know that most of client blonde client hair come with us, come with the salon, and you might not know about their pain point. All right, their pain point, when they come to the salon, they really have the pain point, but we don't know. And most of the time we don't know, we don't help them, which means they will leave us and go somewhere else. Today we are going to talk about the structure and the key point about what actually for you to do step by step to get you to be master your color. But also at the end of this lesson, I will make the plan for you so you can start to learn and take the action so you can master your skill in 2 weeks. All right, now the first of all, let me explain a little bit a pain point. Pain point in here, the blonde client have blonde hair. The number one pain point they have is brushing. They hate brushing. They always try to take away the brushing. And most of hair salon, I could say, say a hairstylist and hair salon say, oh, your hair, if you want to correct the brushing, you have to come back 3, 4, 5 times to correct it. But if you got the skill, you correct the brushing for client in one section, you will stand out. You will be charged premium price. You will be client line up and waiting for you. So that's number one. So number two, that what I say that with the high maintenance, which means the blonde, it is always see the hash line, which means the technique actually you do with the blonde or balayage is always see the hash line. If you can give the client that the balayage, which is blend beautifully, and it less hash line, that is another pain point. So the second pain point that the hash line, it makes the client feel that have to come back to the salon more often. But if you solve the problem for client will line up and waiting for you. So that's the second thing the pain point client have. The number 3 pain point of the client have with the blonde hair is dry and damage. So 3, that the dry and damage, because they try to achieve that dream color, which is light, no brassy, but then try rebleach over and over and over. Then the hair it gets dry and damaged. I got a lot of clients, they come in, they share with me, and they say, yep, I'm give up. And I still remember one client told me that, Giang, it took me 3 years to searching and find the people that helped me to achieve the clean blonde balayage, no brassy. For 3 years, I have to go and go to the salon for multiple sections. And then after that, it turned dry damage. I have to box dye. I give up. And then grow hair again, try again, get brassy again. And the lastly that she actually come and found me, she come to me and she say, okay. She say, I'm be honest with you, Youngs. It take me like 3 years, I couldn't find it. And today I come here and I did tell what my husband is, this is my last chance. If I come here, I try you, but if it not work, I'm going to box dye again. That is how I can feel how she really upset and not happy with in the past, and she had got really bad experience before. So when she shared with me, I felt really deeply, and I can see that how she unhappy in the past. So that's why I share that for you to know. At some point, if some of you watch this and you can feel that some way your client did tell you this before, but you might say, maybe next time. Maybe next time. You come back next time and many next time and never got it. So, but if you master this, you will see you can make clients smile. So that's what I think is very important. So 3 pain point client have. That number 1, it brushiness. Number 2, it blending, less harsh line. And number 3, the hair health, right? So that 3 things is very important. When you listen to it, and from now on, when the client that walk into your door and they sit on your chair, and you will know the 3 pain points you discuss with whoever want blonde. All right, this is very important. I'm really passionate about it. I talk a lot about. Okay, next. Now we are going to talk about this, and then we will get more. Now, let me explain for you that the importance of the skill mastery, right? It is very important. When you actually have the skill that help your client take away with the brassy the undertone pigment is got really ashy and really brassy and orangey and multiple color on it. And when you actually help them to solve that problem and take away the brassy for them, they're just so happy and appreciate what actually you help them with. So that's, I think, is very important. All right, now I'm going to talk about what are the benefits actually if you master this skill. What are the benefits you might not know? The benefit of mastering this skill, that multiple phase, you can command in higher rates, which means you can charge premium price for your services. You will attract loyalty and certified client base. Position yourself as the expert in your field. Perfection, balayage without brassy undertone. Quality of your work lead into professional position. That's what you are doing with your work and your salon and your business. So I think that is so important, many benefits. So that's why it is very important if you understand this. And I could say, take time. At the end of this lesson, I will have a plan for you in 2 weeks. Take time practicing, follow the plan, and it works. So many people do the work and it get the result. And I truly believe if you're watching this and you follow it, you can get the result you want. Now, for you to get this skill, which is, like I say, most of hairstylists that cannot give the client without brassy, all right, with the blonde without brassy, because they missing some gap, missing some step on it. So I'm going to explain what the gap they are missing. So first of all, if you take a minute and ask a cat, think about your skill when you actually do with the blonde. What do you feel you confident with? What you are actually your strength? And what is your weakness? All right. What you are really good at and what you are not good at. So while I'm talking here, if you got a pen and paper, you write down one is good, one is not good on the side, and you list it down. And at the end of this lesson, we can discuss about that. And then when you actually knowing what you are good at and what you are not good at, you will easily to improve. But when I go through with that, you can take note what you are knowing and not know. So I would list out a few key points that for you to achieve the balayage or color correction without brassy. Right. So as I say, you need to know what your strength and what your weakness. In particular, if you just remember in the past few months or years, when your client come to your salon, what do they talk about blonde in your salon? What do they like? What they don't like? What they feel that they keep asking you, oh, can we do this? Or can we do that? Oh, and then you say, okay, try next time. All right. That is, I could say, the gap when you say, okay, I will do that for you next time. And then the client contacts you and you just feel, oh, I'm not sure. What should I do next? Or I don't know what the technique I'm going to do for this, because they try to ask lighter or less brassy, but you already bleach of that. And you say, oh, this hair cannot bleach anymore. But then they test for the next appointment. You just feel a little bit like worry and a little bit feel, oh, I'm not sure how I can do with that, a nervousness with the feeling of that. And if that, which means you're missing some gap in here. So that's what I'm going to explain to you. And one thing that I want to let you know how important for that when you actually your skill that you identity that the area you are missing, and then you particular practice and try to find out in that gap what you already know. Just leave it a bit, but then try to focus on what you actually not sure about. So that's why it focus on, like I say, the key to focus that, like I say, it make less brassy, but also health, hair health, and then blend, which is the technique. So that's three key points that I think most of my clients love about. So, but in particular, what I want to say in here, just about the technique of balayage, but I could say that most my client would love about, I mean, three things. That's why I feel confident to teach you. Like some of my clients say, oh, I love what you do. It blends so nice. It's beautiful and it's grow out naturally. Or some people say, I love your social media. I love to read the story. I love what you actually post on social media. Or some people say, you are very different when you actually do go through with consultation. I love to listen. And when I walk in, I'm not really sure 100%, but when you actually go through with me the consultation, it makes me feel that I totally confident and I just sit for you to do it. You do whatever you want to do because I trust on you. And that's what I say. I just want to share with you that for you to know. Most of my clients love, so that's why I'm confident to share with you. All right, so that's very important that you actually got this skill. Is very, very bring your business go to the next level. Now, so I am going to talk about that important key for you to achieve that the hair that actually give your client that like blonde and less brassy, no brassy, but hair is very important. So like I say that some of you, it might be you missing some gap in here. So for me, in many years, I doing this, it is 8 important key. Number 1, determine hair type. Number 2, sectioning. Number 3, application. Number 4, application. Number 5, bleach. Number 6, timing and treatment and the toner. I will explain a little bit about this, but to go deeply on it, I'm going to share with you with another video. So which means when you actually like after this, you have 2 weeks for master this skill for your skill. So I will send you the video so you can watch it, and what after you watch it, you learn about it and will help you to understand more. So that's why I just explained a little bit in this part. The first of all, that when you actually do with the client walk in or send you the picture and they say, okay, I want my hair is box dye, my hair is multiple color, and I want to go blonde without brassy, creamy or ashy color. I want that. So what you are going to do would mean you look at the hair type. You need to determine hair type, what type of hair they have. All right. What type of hair they have. In general, it's like Western hair or Asian hair. All right. It's very important. And then the next that it is natural virgin hair or color hair. It is color hair without bleach in the past or already bleached and they put box dye on top, which means you determine hair type and you understand hair history before you go to the next step. All right. That is so important. It is very important. If you determine hair type not incorrect, what will happen? Because go through with that, each type of hair, you will have different bleach formula. You have different sectioning. All right. This is if you determine hair type, right? You can choose the right the right application or the bleach formula or timing. So that's very important. So the next thing that the sectioning, when you actually go with the balayage, when you section the hair, how can you section the hair? It make every section at the same. It's not like some it would be too brushy, some it would be too light. So which means you know what section, how thick, how thin, or where you need to sectioning to make sure when actually client put their hair up, ponytail, still look nice plain. When they park in this in the middle or anywhere, it still look nice and plain. Or they put their hair up on the back, it still look nice and plain. It's no harsh line. So sectioning is so important. And one key in here, sectioning to achieve from dark go to blonde in one section. It had to be thin, all right? Not thick. It had to be thin. If you go thick, it will turn brassy. All right, so it have to be thin. And then when you're sectioning, you need to know how to section from the hairline. That is very important. All right, that's sectioning. Number 3, with the technique. In general, we have for me, in my opinion, I divide in 3 different techniques. So I say natural balayage, which means kind of like 1 part blonde, 2 part dark, right? That natural balayage. Then we go the next thing that we say medium balayage, which means 2 part blonde and 1 dark. So that is the second. And the third is full blonde balayage, which means when you're doing it, it almost you can't see the dark, no contrast, just the contrast on the root, but no contrast at the end. But natural balayage, it have more contrast. It's a lot of dark, and someone they never had blonde before, so they want more natural. They want to look like not too much change. So that's why natural balayage is perfect fit for them. And someone they already got a little blonde before, they want a little bit different, more than just foil, then we choose with the medium balayage, which means you can see some contrast, but like 1 part of dark, but 2 part of blonde. That is the second. And the third one, that someone they really love like full blonde. So if you look at my social media, you can see that I have a few clients that they really want full blonde, and I did that, and they just love it. And I actually love it too. It's really nice and full blonde, because with those ones that someone they have very healthy hair. So I love working on it. Working someone have virgin healthy hair and go full blonde. Oh my God, it just looks stunning, beautiful. So that's why the technique is 3 different techniques. And in Global Hair Academy that I show the technique, and this technique that actually it's just easy for you to do. If you learn I could say the simple, easy technique, and with that technique, then after you learn the basic technique first, and then after that, you say, okay, if you look at the picture and you ask, okay, hey, yeah, how to do it. And I tell you the technique, and you can implement that so much easier. So basically, we have SLPP. We have SLPP like slide paper, like thin, not too thick. And then the next section we do with weavy back comb. We do weavy, and then we back comb to make it more nice and natural. And then the next section we do like weavy basic, like normal weavy. And then we do back comb, something like that. Or that is the beginning I do, but later on I change a little bit. But basically the technique like that. And when you do with natural one, you will skip the last section. And when you do medium one, you do medium one, you would do the third section, like the A, section B, section C. I divide like that. Section A, SLPP. Section B we would do with VV backcomb, and with natural balayage, sometimes we skip with section C. So it's so easy. When I talk, you might feel really complicated. But actually, when you see in it, it's not that complicated. And especially, I think that Rohana, you already do with that, and I truly believe you can feel that it's not too complicated. All right, so that is the technique. And then now
so what is SLPP?
I will explain at the end. Okay, I will explain at the end for you. Yeah. So now we are going to talk about the part number 4, that is application. With the application, that I always say, when you actually, the first thing you determine hair type, and when you think, okay, this is the hair, Asian hair. So when you do application, you do need to, you know that you apply more bleach on Asian hair. All right, more bleach on Asian hair, because why? Because you know that when client have the Asian hair, which means roughly about level 3 in average, I say level 3, level 4, but I make level 3. Level 3, and we want to go to level 9. And when we go level 9, which means we go to 6th level, which means if we don't apply enough bleach, it won't light at level 9. So that's why we do need to apply a lot of bleach. Then when you're working on with the Western hair, and the Western hair that usually about level 5, level 6, let's say level 5, go to level 9, it's about 4 level, right? With 4, 5 level in general, which means you will apply less bleach. But also with the formula, bleach formula, I will talk a little bit after. But the application, you just know that black Asian hair, more bleach. Western hair, less bleach. Just remember that for me, more and less, more for Asian and less for Western, right? That is in general. Now we are going to talk about with the bleach formula, and I think this is the part. I think the sectioning, maybe some of you know about that technique. I think some of you might know, but with the application, sometimes you might not recognize that. For me, I was struggling for a long time until I found out. So which means the application and the bleach formula, I think most of people not knowing. So that's why this part, I really need you to put attention, application and the bleach formula and the timing, that 3 part that most of people not knowing. So later on, remember, when you're actually doing it and you feel that the hair is not light at the level you want, which means you apply more bleach next time, or the bleach formula, you can check that, we'll see that correct or not, and the timing as well, right? So the bleach formula, when you do with the bleach formula, actually you work on black Asian hair, you need to use a stronger bleach, stronger peroxide, all right, stronger peroxide. And when you're working on Western hair, you would do like not that strong. Okay, when you work on Asian hair, you start with 20 volt. Start on the back with 20 volt, and you slowly, in 20-25 minutes, you need to pump up peroxide higher and higher. And when you start in here, 20 volt, and you finish with 40 volt, but 1 and 1.5 at 2 part of this, it will be the bleach formula, usually I do 1 and 1, 1 and 2, the ratio 1 and 2. But the last section in here, because we need, when we finish here, if we use 40 volt, I found that sometimes I finish, it still look brassy in here. So that I want to make it more stronger for both sides. I will put the ratio that 40 volt, a bleach and 40 volt, but I use the ratio is 1 and 1.5 to make it stronger on both sides in here. So when I finish, I rinse the hair, it's all the same. It does not say brassy on both sides. All right. In the past, I did in the beginning, I feel the last piece in here, it always look brassy. And when I put hair up, it just look uncomfortable for me because I love clean. So I don't like that. So I found that if you do for Asian hair, both sides in here, you finish 40 volt, ratio 1 and 1.5. All right. Now with Western hair, when you start with 10 volt, not 20 volt, because Western hair, we only need to up about 4 to 5 level. We don't need about 6 level. So that's why it needs to be less. So when you on the back of the Western hair, start with 10 volt and then finish on 40 volt. All right, finish with 40 volt on here, both sides. Sometimes it the fine hair, remember that it's just the basic, but when you actually working on someone have very fine hair, you need to make it lower. Let's say you start with maybe 5 volt on the back and 20 minutes, 25 minutes, pump up a little bit, finish around here, 40 and 30, not 40, because it's fine hair, it's faster process. So that's why it's very important to understand, determine hair type right correctly, then you can get the right bleach formula. All right. So that I think that which means when you go through with the bleach formula right correctly, and the next thing that it would be the time. All right. When you go through with the time again with the Western hair and Asian hair, the time is very different as well. When I bleach with application for the whole hair, and then roughly when I leave the time with Asian hair, roughly from 1 hour to 1 hour and a half, depend. And one thing with the timing, I want to say to you that when you're working on the summer or the winter, the time it affects, right? It affects with the winter, you need to adjust a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes longer. And when you work with the summer, that summer it less, and winter it more, add more another 5 to 10 minutes. So that's why when you work in winter and you just keep like 1 hour, after that you say, oh, hair is still brassy. It's because it's cold, it's not lifting enough. So that's why remember, when you work with winter, need to extra time. All right. So with the time for the Asian hair, roughly after finish application, roughly it is about 1 hour to 1 hour and a half. In general, I think just 1 hour, but sometimes winter or coach hair or box dye, I will leave that around 1 and 1.5. But sometimes remember, if someone that have fine hair, you will check in, it might be 45 minutes enough because it's very, very fine hair. So that's why remember, don't just keep it too long, just keep checking, okay? Now, with the timing for the Western hair, usually it's around 40 minutes to an hour. That I could say depend on hair thick and thin and depend on weather. So that's why you just remember that and make sure that every time you do, at least I could say when you're not used to it with it, you might do about few clients and you feel not what you want yet, but then you just adjust with the time and checking with the application, checking with the formula, and we'll see how it works. But if it not work, just continually checking, just follow formula and make change in it. And I truly believe you don't need a few years, like how I do. It took me a few years to find the best method today for you. I just share all for that for you. You don't need that a few years like me, right? You can use it, be patient, implement that, and you will see the result at least. Okay, listen, it's important. When you're actually doing it, I could say you do probably from 5 to 10 people. You will see that you're so good and confident with that. 5 to 10 client or model. All right. If you do in the first, the second, if you don't have the result you want, please don't give up. Continue, don't give up. All right. Continue. You will see the result after 3, 4, 5, 6. Depend on how you, because after you doing it, go back to the video, watch the video again to see which part you're missing, which part you do different, and implement that. Do it again. All right. That's why I say share with tip with you. All right. That moving to number 7, that would mean treatment. Okay. When we actually bleach from dark go to blonde or color correction, that's really important. I could say if I don't do treatment, I would not confident to bleach at that level, like leave that for an hour, okay? And apply a lot of bleach on it. If I don't have the treatment, I would not have that confidence and do with those steps. So that's why I have to add that the step number 7 in here for you to know that this is very important, and don't just try to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and skip treatment and then come back and say, "Hey, Giang, why I do it and it breaks my hair." All right, I will not take responsibility for that. All right, treatment. All right, treatment. So what treatment are you going to use? The treatment in here that you are going to put in, like I suggest that you Olaplex. Like I use Olaplex a lot. Someone they have virgin hair, you just use virgin and healthy hair. You don't need to use a lot. All right. When you use a lot, Olaplex, number 1 in the bleach on healthy hair, it makes the hair process very slowly. All right. Listen again. When you add Olaplex treatment number 1 into the hair, it's very healthy virgin hair, very healthy hair. If you add a lot on it, it will be slow with the processing. So just a little bit, you don't need a lot. But then when you actually working on the hair, it unhealthy, bleaching or coloring, a lot of color build up and not healthy. You just follow instruction of the Olaplex, how they suggest. All right. Now, the next thing I want to say that the treatment of number 2, when you after you must, this is the must, okay? You must have the treatment number 2 at the basin. You have to do this because I feel it's powerful. I love how Olaplex say, Olaplex is the insurance for hair. I love it. And I truly feel that is number 2. It helps so much. Number 1, it make when you bleach, it less weak the hair, it not make the hair too dry. But then when you actually bleach already, you rinse the hair, you do 1 shampoo, and then you put the Olaplex number 2 on the hair, and you leave that. Usually I leave about, if the hair is okay, not too dry. I would leave maybe 15 minutes. But some hair is very dry and I know it needs more treatment. I would leave about half an hour to 40 minutes for the number 2 Olaplex treatment. It's so important. So that's why I say to you, I keep saying it, the treatment is very important. All right. So number 1, Olaplex treatment number 1 in the bleach. Number 2 treatment, Olaplex treatment at the basing. Not finished yet. Number 3, protein treatment at the end after toner. Shampoo and do the treatment at the end. Because protein treatment, when you do at the end, it adds in more moisture and it make it close the cuticle. It make the hair is more shiny and healthy. When you do the Olaplex number 2, it repair and it add more strength inside and it make the hair more stronger. So that's why I feel that the hair it gets stronger after you put the Olaplex number 2 treatment on. And then the lastly, it could number 3. So it's very important. Now, lastly, the toner. Talk about toner, I just feel that a lot of hairstylists in here always think toner is the harder. But I could say to you that the toner is, I could say, easier. Because why I'm saying that? Because if you are follow step number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6, number 7, and you bleach the hair, it light at level 9. Because you follow this, I truly believe you do the few times, you will see the hair it light at level 9. And when the hair it light at level 9, which means undertone pigment, it does not have a lot of orange. It just have a little bit yellow inside of that. With that said, it does not have a lot of orange or yellow undertone pigment. You can put any toner on, it will be fine. I could say it's not that hard. All right. Here's the hard part. When you actually not bleach the hair at level 9 yet, which means it's about 8.5, which means you do need to use your brain to kind of like missing, you understand in here, level 8, which means a lot of yellow, but also have the orange as well. So what is canceled with the yellow? Violet. What is canceled with orange? Blue, right? You just find the formula, the color have the end of the blue and violet. You mix together with the tone that client want, which is that, let's say client want ash, but you just mix with the blue and violet together and with the base client want, and then you can get the formula out. But what if you bleach the hair at light at level 9 already? I could say you can choose any, I could say, because for me, that most of my favorite toner, I use it creamy and ashy. That 2 tone that I most of the time I use of. And I feel that with those color, it's so much easy for client to manage at home. Like say mushroom or beige or whatever, that it look fine, it look good in the beginning, but I say when you actually bleach light at level 9 already, you can pick any toner in the catalog and put it on and just add a little bit, like I say, a little bit violet in, a little bit blue in. Then after that you can see the toner is look beautiful and clean because it already light. It does not have a lot of orange on it. It would be beautiful and easy. So that's why I say the key in here to make you to do toner easier, just make sure bleach it light at level 9 or 10. Not bleach the hair and finish at level 8.5. you can do in it, but I do not like the hair at 8.5 or 8 because it will turn brassy after client wash after 2-3 weeks. With that said, if you give the client, you do all the step it right, but you give the client it 8.5, which means after client washes, the hair it turn brassy again, which means you are not stand out in this straight. I could say, if you want to stand out in this street and the client lie up and waiting to you because they were struggling to find someone to give them the hair without brassy, and you actually not give them the hair clean, which means they will leave you, they will go somewhere else. They disappoint, so they go somewhere else. So that's what I say to you, that try, practice, do more, learn more, ask me questions, how it turned, why it's like this, why it like that. I will help. All right. So that's why it is very important for you to know those 8 steps to achieve the clean blonde without brassy, just in one section. So you give the client the hair color they want in one day, you charge premium price. All right. So that's, I go through with this. Hopefully you pick up something and take it note and learn about it. Now we are moving to the next part that, where is that? All right. So now we are going to talking, this is the part of that we are talking about with all the steps of that. And later on, I will share with you with the video step by step how I doing it. So you can watch this and remember what I say today. So you can watch the video and practice it. But now we are actually talking about the plan in here. So you will know roughly what are you going to do. So now we are going to, because your goal is that you want to stand out in this street. You want to, in future, you want to get the client that pay higher price. You want to make, you are very different, unique, and very, very special. And the client, it just always say to you that, oh, I need your help, or can you help me with, or when is my next, or can I make an appointment with you, please, please, please. So that's what you want, right? That is what you want. So if you want that, just follow this plan and doing it, you will see you got the result. And why is it important for you to do this? Because you would, like I say, you will stand out, and the client that they love what you do, so you can get more clientele. You will build clientele fast. You will build loyalty. You will have high review, and you got just hard premium price. So that's why I am going to show you with this plan, and it will help you that to get particular with the skill and help you that make you feel that create this plan. It helps you to follow structure your path, and it less feeling overwhelming, because I feel that a lot of hairstylists just so busy with schedule, and I say, okay, make a plan for it, and they say, oh, I don't know what to do next, because you just busy with your salon, and then when you back home, you just tired, you just don't want to do it. But that's what I have to do in this for you, and if you do, you can follow it. It will help you a lot. Now, here's, I do this for you 2 weeks. This is the plan for you 2 weeks to help you to understand and doing it. So this is the week 1. Week 1, we are going to do day 1. You need to look at your skill of the balayage, what you know and what you don't know, where you are struggling with the brassy or undertone. Set clear measure goal and improve that. The goals in here, if you could how I put it. If you could say to yourself after this lesson, when I explain to you a lot of benefit and why do you need this, and you understand that, and you just say to yourself, okay, I commit to get this result at least 90%, depend on your schedule work. But in the first, I could say in the first 2 weeks, you get at least, you know, what the technique you are going to use and how you are going to do it. And you commit that in 90% of your work. Commit 90%. Hear what I say. It's not 90% of your work in the first 2 weeks. Okay, it's not. But it's if you just commit that you want to get 90% of your work, it look good, and then maybe 2 months, 3 months, it depends on your schedule. But shorter is better. You commit yourself shorter is better, because when you got this skill, you got that confidence. Client come and book with you. You know what to say. You're confident to doing it because you put 2 weeks into practice, and then the week 3 client come in, you confident and do it. You can see this result straight away. If you push that for 3 months, which will mean 90 days, it's too long. Sometimes you will feel, you're not enjoy with that, and sometimes unmotivated. All right, so now day 2 that you explore online video. So I will send you with the video so you can watch that and take a note. And then you can take note, and it is very important for you to take a note with when you already learned today, 8 key point. And then you watch the video, you taking note with the way that you understand and write it down. And then when you take a note with me, you remember a part of that. When you actually go to do implementing that, practice with that, it makes you more easy to remember and easy to get the right technique or the step. Now, so day 3 to 7, that you will like, I could say you set at least an hour each day to practice for that. So like when I say the